Peru became the 32nd and final nation to qualify for next summer's 2018 World Cup as they overcame New Zealand in the second leg of their playoff.Jefferson. Farfan and Christian Ramos fired Peru to a deserved 2-0 victory in Lima, 4 days after the sides had played out a goalless draw in Wellington. Peru were much the better side and deservedly booked their place at the World Cup finals for a fifth time, their first appearance since 1982. And the win sparked wild celebrations from players and fans alike, both inside the stadium and on the streets of Lima, with fireworks set off and beer flowing. Peru's players celebrate wildly after a 2-0 win over New Zealand in Lima secured their place at the World Cup finals. There were scenes of joy right across Peru as fans thronged the streets, chanting, waving flags and launching fireworks. Fans held up scarves with the Russia 2018 logo as Peru became the 32nd and final nation to secure their spot at the finals. It was the end of an agonizing 36-year wait to return to the world's greatest tournament for these Peru supporters. Soon it was time for the beer to start flowing as the Peruvian players celebrated their qualification in style. Photographers mobbed the celebrating Peru players to document an historic moment in the nation's footballing story. Alberto Rodriguez led his teammates in their wild celebrations after booking their place at the World Cup finals. The victorious Peruvian players smiled widely as ticker tape fell to mark their first World Cup qualification since 1982. The players completed a lap of honor in front of jubilant fans at the National Stadium in Lima as they made it to Russia. Thrilled Peru players celebrated after their 2-0 victory over New Zealand secured a 2-0 aggregate success in the playoff. Having narrowly missed out on automatic qualification from the South American group last month, Peru made no mistake. Joyous fans rushed out onto the streets of Lima to celebrate another historic moment in the country's football history. Beer was sprayed everywhere as the Peru players celebrated the end of a long but ultimately successful qualifying campaign. It looked as though the Peruvian party was just getting started as the players bounced around on the pitch. Fireworks exploded over the national stadium in Lima and fans were treated to a light show following qualification. The players completed a lap of honor at the national stadium following their 2-0 win on Wednesday evening. Script. Related articles previous. 1. 2 Next. Who has qualified for the World Cup 2018? When is the draw? England manager Gareth Southgate plots master plan ahead of. Denmark talisman Christian Eriksen sets sights on lighting. Italy sack manager Gianpiero Ventura following World Cup. Share this article. Share script dm.later, bundle, function, if, dm.rotator, new dm.rotator, p50, page size, 1, page count, 2.0, active class, active, rotate, false, $, number p50.share, .on, click, function, dms.facebook.post related. Match facts. Peru, Goalless, Rodriguez, Ramos, Tapia, Trauco, Advincula, Flores, Cueva, Zella 86, Farfan, Polo, Carrillo 74, Ruidíaz, Yatun 66. Subs not used: Carvalho, Corzo, Pina, Casita, Aracho, Hurtado, Aquino, Reina, Loyola. Scorers: Farfan 28, Ramos 65. Bookings: Flores, Ramos, Goalless. New Zealand: Marinovic, Reed, Boxall, Durante, Brockie 77, Wynn, Calve, McGlinchey, Toloma, Wood 45, Lewis, Rojas 59, Barbaras, Thomas. Subs not used: Fallon, Tsimopoulos, Smith, Moss, Smeltz, Crocombe, Patterson, Ingham. Booking: Thomas. Peruvian fans had targeted the New Zealand team hotel with fireworks overnight in an attempt to leave the visitors sleepy and sluggish. The tactic appeared to work as Peru startled the All-Whites early on and almost took the lead on 3 minutes when Luis Advincula was denied by the crossbar. New Zealand lined up narrowly, forcing their opponents to play wide, something Peru were more than happy to do. Peru's overlapping full-backs frequently got in behind to fire in dangerous crosses which worried the busy Stefan Marinovic in the New Zealand goal. Marinovic flapped at one cross, as did West Ham centre-back Winston Reid, who was lucky not to be penalised for handball midway through the first half. Moments after Reid got away with a possible handball, Christian Cueva did likewise. Peru's number 8 may have used his arm to help him control a long pass on the left touchline, before driving inside and rolling the ball into the path of Farfan, who lashed high into the net. Farfan celebrated by holding up a number 9 shirt in honor of Peru striker Paulo Guerrero, who missed the match through suspension after failing a doping test. Cueva was too hot for the Kiwi defenders to handle, and another jinking run almost led to a second goal before the interval. Peru have become the 32nd and final nation to qualify for the 2018 FIFA World Cup in Russia after a 2-0 win over New Zealand. The South American side beat New Zealand 2-0 in the second leg of their qualifying playoff to take the tie 2-0 on aggregate. Jefferson Farfan, the Lokomotiv Moscow forward, scored the opener as he struck on 28 minutes in Lima on Wednesday night. Christian Ramos, number 15, settled the tie with a second goal midway through the second half and celebrated enthusiastically. Farfan broke the deadlock with an emphatic strike which flashed past Stefan Marinovic and put Peru ahead in a close tie. He celebrated by holding up a number 9 shirt in honor Paulo Guerrero, who was suspended for the second leg of the match. Peru came close again during the first half and were denied by a superb double save from Marinovic, who parried a long-range Miguel Traco effort before keeping out Farfan's rebound. New Zealand looked at the most dangerous from set pieces and one almost bore fruit in the 45th minute, but Reid headed just over. Peru were given another warning shortly after the restart as a looping Kip Calvé cross was met by the head of Chris Wood. He powerfully nodded towards goal, prompting Pedro Gallese into action, although his fine save was ultimately unnecessary as Wood was penalised for climbing on a defender. With the fear that they were only one away goal from elimination, Peru began to get edgy as the second half wore on. But Ramos settled the nerves inside the Estadio Nacional when he poked home after New Zealand had failed to clear a corner. Peru are ranked 10th in the world and will therefore go into Pot 2 for the World Cup draw, which takes place on December 1. Ramos made it 2-0 by pouncing upon a loose ball after New Zealand failed to clear a corner and there was no way back. Peru's second goal was the cue for wild celebrations at the Estadio Nacional in Lima, and soon qualification was confirmed. The players on the pitch were joined in their celebrations by Peru's delighted substitutes as they booked their World Cup spot. Related articles previous. 1. 2 Next. Who has qualified for the World Cup 2018, when is the draw? England manager Gareth Southgate plots master plan ahead of. Denmark talisman Christian Eriksen sets sights on lighting. Italy sack manager Gianpiero Ventura following World Cup. Share this article. Share script dm.later, bundle, function, if, dm.rotator, new dm.rotator, p78, page size, 1, page count, 2.0, active class, active, rotate, false, $, number p78.share.on, click, function, dms.facebook.post related.